There is an article in the New York Times that has come out by Kim Brooks that says that she still wants masculine men, but it is not possible. Welcome back to the channel where we discuss faith, fatherhood, and freedom. And what Kim Brooks does not recognize is that although she's found herself around soft-hearted, anxious, and therapized men, what she doesn't realize is she helped create them. Let's get into it. Brooks writes, I still want men. I want them in my nighttime activities and in my life and in herself in ways that I am not supposed to want men anymore. They are sweet, attentive, and polite. They ask permission before they kiss you. And I've participated, she says, she's participated in a system that teaches men to be soft, sensitive, egalitarian. And now she is mourning the loss of something she didn't think she needed. And this is a precise prescription of what has happened to men and to dating in the last 50 years is we have been asked to be a certain way. We have been required in many cases to begin our soft-hearted, asking permission, not being super masculine, and then we have been criticized. And women have lamented the choices that have been made by putting us in that box. And now, thank goodness, there have been no conflicts that required extreme masculinity on a societal level, although the military and the police force still do a good job at times, regardless of what's happened in Cincinnati recently. There are still no major requirements of masculinity to move forth in society in a major way, and it's a good gosh darn thing, because in cities like New York, where this article was published, the consensus of what it means to be a good man has shifted from what we knew in the 1940s when we needed them to what we think we need today in the 2020s when men are asking permission to be men that they always knew that they should be for centuries. The fruit of the liberal world order is that masculinity has been domesticated and now they miss it. And I feel for this young lady, and quite frankly for a great many young women in major cities in America, and even probably some in the rural areas, who have been neglected to be cared for because men have been permission seeking for decades. And I don't blame this young woman for missing, the desire to not have to be asked permission in order to be kissed. Brooks is simply saying that she misses the men who don't take mental health days. And that is something that we have just not been able to create in our modern culture, because we asked for this. The one half of the dating pool asked for this. And then men will conform because ultimately they want to give women what they desire. And when the zeitgeist in the culture says that they desire a certain thing, that is what men will conform to. And unfortunately, when they lack leadership or they're not able to take up the moniker of leadership, then they defer. And this is what we get. And I feel sorry for this young woman again. But she's writing this more as an obituary versus a hit piece. And that I do appreciate.
I like to have fun.
We are watching a woman publicly wrestle with the fallout of a worldview that tried to erase gender, flatten desire, and replace traditional masculinity with therapeutic niceness. And it failed, not because men didn't comply, but because they did. And now the haunting irony is that Brooks wants the masculinity she helped to dismantle. She longs for something primal, real, and rooted, but liberalism can't give it to her. Therapy culture can't rebuild what it has spent decades dismantling, and they don't have the philosophy embedded in their therapeutic mindset to bring it back. So what's the answer? Men, don't apologize for being men. And in some cases, don't ask permission to be a man. Take the reins, take the leadership, and press forward. Don't take mental health days, Be strong, lead, speak with conviction, and above all, don't let feminism or therapy culture make you ashamed of your God-given masculinity. Women like Brooks Garrett, Brooks Garnett, are waking up. Not all of them, but some. And these articles are a perfect indication of how that idea is being pressed more into the mainstream. And they are realizing what they're missing. And it's not more vulnerability, it's you. When you're rooted and when you're truthful and unapologetically masculine, that's what they miss. Thank you so much for watching. I just had to cover this article. Thank you to this young lady for writing it, even though at times she's critical. I do appreciate so much that she realizes that she misses what it looked like when men were men. And so do I, quite frankly. And for my children and for their future, I want desperately for the return of masculinity to be allowed, especially by the feminine, because when you ask for it, young lady, you get it. Men will conform, whether you know what you're asking for or not. They will conform to what you say you want. So be very careful what you wish for. That's it for today. If I can help or assist or be of any service to you, please like, share, and subscribe for a common sense, therapeutic view on what it looks like to be a man of conservative faith values that is trying to push forward and swim upstream in a river of crap. Let's go.